now about to witness it.
Knicks Real Talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't use our YouTube frugal with stats as usual. Fact, it's your man, the brand is hands on, going hard like calluses. Who styled this? Aiming at the mental with the game analysis on a pregame show. Read the script, you know we get it like crypto in the rip though. I side really cryptic, we locked them from the get go. On this Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt, the KRT drip club leading up the tip off. We shoot like confident, put your Nick content in beast mode like our charm. We a cheat code, we roll the bar too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Prior to Knicks going to the wire. Hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, Korea popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your bro to the lens of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding in the orange blue sky. In Metropolitan, we connect in the Vesco wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms and fashion fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Knicks assassin.
You are now about to witness it.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness it.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness it.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
Yo, salute, what's good, my people? What is popping? What's going on? Knicks Real Talk, Divine, Shy Power, the pregame show, Knicks Clippers at the world most famous arena, ladies and gentlemen. About to get it popping down there, get the Clipper tonight. And I know we all need to woo side a little bit. It's been a rough one for us, man. I get it, man. But we ain't ducking no smoke. Let's hope our Knicks don't be ducking no smoke no time soon. But anyway, it's all good, ladies and gentlemen. We in the building. Shy Powers in the building. Shy, what's good, my man? What's popping?
Salute to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the family in the chat. Let's not be upset about what the Knicks have done. You know what I mean? Things happen. You know what I mean? Let's see if they can get it together tonight. Let's get it.
Real talk. Yo, what's good, Queen Darlene? Sister, I see you. What's popping? On OD, what's good, my man? On Diops, what's good? Dave, what's popping? What's good, everybody? Brian, as always, man, thank you for helping us keep the lights on always. Jeremy is definitely in the house. Luna Jean, let's go. What's good, Luna? What's popping? Good to see you as well. Daniel, what's popping as well? Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I'm glad y'all up ahead with us, man. Been a rough week, ladies and gentlemen. Been a rough week for the Knicks, man. It's been like the skies are falling. But we gotta, hopefully we can, get back to some winning ways. But it's been rough, man. And the game we had against Detroit the other night, we don't want to really jump in and be on a negative Nancy vibe, but that was a tough one for us, ladies and gentlemen. You guys went in there and gave us a business, man. Ain't nothing else we could say about it. Ain't no other way you could twist it or nothing. Whether it was because of lack of energy, not enough bodies, whatever, man. Detroit gave it to us, but we got to learn from that, man. We got to learn from that game. I hope that we come out and be better than that. But right now, that was a tough one to intake, because we always want our team to be playing at their best, but that was one we didn't want to really see, man. So we're gonna kind of get that negative tape out of our mouth, that bad taste out of our mouth about what happened over there, and move on to the next one, man. We got the Clippers in the Garden tonight. Hopefully we can find a way to win that game just before we go on this road trip out on the West Coast, man, a little bit. Hopefully we can find a way to get a win and get out there and get some team building, because that definitely kind of left a sour taste around Shot Power. So hopefully we could be better tonight. But first and foremost, man, what's going on with you, man? How you doing, my man?
Everything good, man. As y'all can see, I got a new setup. I'm sorry if I look like I'm going crazy when I keep reaching back. Drives me crazy. With that being said, yeah, man, everything good, Divine. Slow motion with it, man. Rough little patch for the New York Knicks, but I think they'll survive it, man. Rome wasn't made in 2 days and stuff. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So right, they're working on it. At least they had a chance to really get together and get on the court together and try to practice. So we see what happens. I don't think that the Knicks is going to go on a 12-game losing streak. I don't even think it's going to be. I think tonight is going to end the streak. But with that being said, I just think the Knicks, I'm giving them a break, but I'm upset at the games and how they lost the games. It's not the fact that they lost; it's the way they lost the games for me. I mean, but aside from that, you know what I mean? The Knicks, come on, man. We still, what, third in the East or second, third in the East, something like that. We still a phenomenal defense. We got to get a little better with our defense and a phenomenal offense. So let's get it.
Yeah. That game just showed me how a team that really wanted it way more than first of all. They no matter even if the Knicks were fully loaded that day, I still think them cats was gonna come hard at us no matter what. They wanted. They know that the Knicks sent them home last year, so they were gonna give us their A game regardless of who was there, who was not there. They were gonna come bring it to the Knicks, and when they did, and I just thought that we didn't respond hard enough. I had no problem with losing the game. I think I said before the game came on, I said in the chat, literally, I said, listen, I don't care if the Knicks lose, don't get blowed out though. You know what I mean? I literally said that in the chat that day. You know what I mean? Or on the show that day. And that's what I kind of disappointed is that, you know, Jalen Brunson can't carry that whole thing by himself. And I know we need to step up, my man. We needed my man Carl Town to be better. These guys didn't come to play. And Jalen Brunson, you know, and the reason why he didn't have no assists because nobody was scoring either. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it was just overall give Detroit all their flowers. I mean, literally give Detroit their flowers. Them guys came off a back-to-back against Cleveland. No Doran. No Tobias Harris, and they came in there like they was fresher than us. That was hard for me to understand. Like, damn, these dudes just played the other night, and they will was real up for us, man. But that's what happens when you play the Knicks too. They listen. The Knicks and Jalen Brunson sent them boys home last year, and they still got that taste in their mouth. And they came out there and said, "We're gonna get this thing going." And they came to play. They came to play. You know, we only could try to stay in the game, but so much. But every time they made a run, you could see that okay, Cat getting beat the hell up down there. So they ain't gonna. You can model for that. They ain't gonna call that. So he had to learn to live with that. But I think Isaiah give Isaiah Stewart credit, give them dudes credit, give that bench credit, give Kay Cunningham credit, and all them dudes. Them cats came to play that night, and ain't nothing really else to be said. They spanked our ass the other night, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all it is. So we just got to move on to the next and try to get back to playing some winning basketball because we haven't been playing on winning basketball. Before we lost to them, we lost 4. So it wasn't that wasn't the only team that beat us. You know what I mean? We were 3 out of 5 before they beat us. So that made it a little tough for me. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we still Knicks fans, like Ron would say, we ain't going nowhere. This team's still gonna be where they're gonna be at. It's like right now, they don't got too much. We don't have too much to feel good about with the way they performed the last week or two.
Rough patch, you know, just a rough patch. And we got to find a way to get out of this thing, man. And hopefully that they had some practice in Tarrytown the other day, whether they had a team meeting and all that, that's fine. If you need to have a team meeting, you got to have a team meeting. Sometimes you got to get your mental game together because I think they mentally they checked out these last 4 or 5 games because you know the Knicks wasn't giving up no 125 a game on a regular basis, you know what I mean? So that means they somewhere mentally they were not only physically tired. I think Jay Choden talked about that when they coming out of the NBA Cup, traveling, but still mentally I think they checked out because they were a little tired. So let's hope they can get it back, man. And I'm not making no excuses for them because they got their ass whipped. And they didn't bring their A game. They got smoked. So that's what they get. They literally deserve what they got the other night. Because regardless of who or what, you got to come hard for 48 minutes every night, and you got to find ways to win. Job Powell, before I pass to you, let me say this here, ladies and gentlemen. Now we see how important Landry Shamet and Josh Hart is. They bench is deep, man. Think about that game the other night. They bench. Isaiah Stewart is on their bench. Whoever started for Tobias Harris is on their bench because them dudes wasn't there. So when Jalen Doran get back and Tobias Harris come back, that means Stewart and I forgot who replaced that game go back to the bench. And that's how strong that. So that means that even with Shamet and Josh Hart coming back, you know, much we love our rookies and all that. We do. We love all of them. But they still not them dudes, though. And I can't say it enough. I'm not throwing no shade, but I mean it. Through time, they like the Warrior will become one of them guys. You know what I'm saying? Shaw Powell with a little bit more seasoning, a year in the veterans. Yeah, right. They got some young vets over there, man. Vets, 4, 5, 6 years in the league. Yeah, they're not young boys. These young boys we got.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we learned from that, man. But man, they were physical. That's a physical team. And I know when we get our dudes back too, we'll be good, man. So we're gonna have to keep it as that. But salute to the chat, man. Dorkosaurus is in the building. Radu, what's good, my man? Radu, Dork, what's popping? Jay Cholan, Nick Nation is in the building as well. Patrick, what's good? Patrick, Nostalgic, my brother, what's popping? What's good, Nostalgic? Good to see you, my man. Doug Fresh, what's good? So to everybody in the building, man, thank y'all for coming in. Like I said, Travel Vibe, my brother, was good. Travel, and DeVale was good. Rodriguez was good to see you. Jermaine, my brother, was popping. Was good, man. Everybody, man, thank y'all for coming in, man. We here. We ain't going nowhere. We disappointed, but we know there's only a glitch in the matrix right now. We get back at it though. But yeah, them dudes, they lit it up, Shop House. That's all I can say, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as fans, to watch it was like, wow, damn. And I mean, but if you've been watching the games as a fan, you've seen it. The last couple of games they didn't have it. They didn't have it again. It wasn't like you said, Divine. It wasn't like Detroit. We just won 3 games in a row, and Detroit just came in there and smacked us. It wasn't like that. We've been having bad games in a row. We was on a losing streak. So they caught us on the tail end of a losing streak. We're not playing good basketball right now. And every fan knows that, because this was not the team in these last 4 games that won the first 19 games this year, 20 games this year. You know what I mean? It's not the same looking team. It's the same players, but it's not the same team. They don't look together a little bit. You know what I mean? When have you heard Jalen Brunson Knight have 8 assists? You know what I mean? When you hear Cat not scoring a double-double, OG is under pressure, looking lackluster. Mikal Bridges is coming off of screens slow, or not going around screens like he was early in the season. They look a little different. They look a little worn. You know what I mean? And everybody been saying that. And there's been, I'm not trying to make no hyperbole up, but you know, Cat was out sick. These guys was running from since the Emirates Cup. All of this stuff can take into consideration. This one day of just being home, resting, getting to the gym later in the day, just to get there at 11, 12 o'clock. Well, I don't know what time they got there, but just to have some time to recoup and then go in and to do some work in the gym, play around, joke around, get back some cohesion. I'm hoping tonight will be a very good game at the Garden, where these guys can get back together and show that this is the team that we were watching early in the season, and not continue the way that they're playing now in these last 4 games that they lost.
Yeah. Just a quick response to the chat. We understand, if y'all heard what I said, other than Devorah, Tyler Kolek, and McCullough Jr., I get Jenkins is young, and I get Ronald Hollins is young, but that's still a veteran team. Is like, I just, you know, it's a chat in there. Somebody kind of called us out.
The guys that you just mentioned ain't rookies. Them guys ain't 1-year players.
Yeah, well, they second year, and they've been deep in the playoffs.
Right.
That was the point I was trying to get at when I said about our young guys. So you can still be young, but have a season worth of experience. You know what I mean? Like a real deep experience. Like these guys, not only did they play in the league last year, but they also went deep in the playoffs. So they got minutes. Yeah. Right. So all that, you know, just trying to hold all the shots at people, man. I don't really care, man. Sticks still will break my bone. They never hurt me. But I just think that all that's kind of irrelevant. You know what I mean? Really, you know, I know that team is a team that's seasoned. Everybody on that team is seasoned, and you got a couple of young guys like they second year, but they second year, and they are experienced second year players because they've been around getting it done. That's all it is, man. All that other shit don't really mean nothing. You know? So y'all can say all that crazy stuff, and they know what that's going at. The person knows it's going at and all that. But anyway, back to the real side of things. New York Knicks got to get out there and play basketball, man. That's all. Go out there and hey, you got beat up the other day. You take the ass whipping and you move on to the next, and that's what we're gonna have to do. Because this season, I still got the Knicks in going to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I ain't changing. They one week of bad battle don't change the whole season of basketball, ladies and gentlemen. Because believe me, when I'm telling you that's not reality. As long as we've been watching basketball, all of us who've been watching it a long time. Knicks is in a bad day in the funk, and a lot of teams go in the funk. That don't mean they're going to stay in the funk. That don't mean they're going to end up being where they at right now. They still get to where they got to go, but they got to damn sure play better than they played the last week, though. Because you come out the gate 23 and 9, and then you wind up 23-13. You lose 4 out of the 5-6 games. So, that tells you right there. It's not like they've been playing like that the whole year. They haven't. But that night they have played the last week and a half. The defense haven't been there. Two games so far in the stretch. The offense haven't been there. They played against a team that's physical. There was a job to beat up on Cat the other night. That was their job, to beat up on Cat the other night. And JB talked about that, said, man, we got to make sure that we go physical at him at all levels, but predominantly him, because they know that if they can get him out the game, then Jalen Brunson ain't going to beat us by ourselves. He had a good game plan the other night. He said, listen, if we get Cat out the game, that puts pressure on Jalen Brunson and all the other dudes. And the situation that we in with the way we've been playing lately, it worked out to their like. It worked out to their favor. Salute to JB Bickertab, salute to my man Cade Cunningham, salute to all them dudes, man. They went out there and got it popping, man. So now we got to go ahead against the Clippers, who have won 4 of the last 5. We lost 4 of the last 5. But there's 2 teams playing tonight going in different directions. We're going in one direction, and the other team going in the other direction. Clippers have 4 of the last 5, and they won, and we lost 4 of the last 5. So we can't take the Clippers lightly tonight, because they still got Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Zubac. They still got a good team down there, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Dunn defend with the best of them. You got Brook Lopez down there. They still got talent. Their record is where it's at, but I still think that had a lot to do with injuries, and losing Chris Paul, all the chaos that was going on up and down in that thing for a while. But I think that's a tough team. You got to be careful with the Clippers, man, tonight in the Garden. And they literally 4 of the last 5 wins. And so we got to make sure that we don't take them for granted, Shot Power, because they say Kawhi Leonard had 55 a couple of nights ago, 11 assists, 11 rebounds, some shit. He was killing it. So I say all that to say that I think we go out there and try to fight hard to win that game tonight, but we definitely got to lock up today. But I think we're going to see a different team tonight. Sometimes you got to get smacked around to wake up. You know how sometimes, Shot Power, you might be sleeping, somebody smack you inside your head. That was Detroit Pistons last night. You did not know. Like, man, wake your ass up. So that might have been the Clippers last. That might have been the Detroit Pistons. Let's hope that's what happened to the Knicks the other night. They smacked us in our head. Now we had to come back to reality. And that's what it is, man. Let's see if they can get it tonight, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Real talk, man. We gonna get this thing popping. We open up the panel at I think it was 6:30. I think it is. I'm past 6:30. I'm bad. Let me make sure I got that right. But anyway, Shop, I say all that to say that we just got to go out there and get it, man, and leave no stones unturned. Go out there and smack these boys around. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, no team, the Knicks, can ever say that you got to play down to, because everybody plays up to the Knicks. And I expect the Clippers to play up to the Knicks. They have some all-star players, and like you said, they're on a little streak. And what better to do is to win in New York. So those are the things that every time we play, we're gonna have to worry about it. And I believe that the Knicks, hopefully, that they got themselves back on the right path. Not a team to think let slip that you think you could just let slip through your fingers. These guys will come out here and beat you. That guy right there is an all-star, first ballot. That guy that we got on the screen right there, I believe Harden is going to be first ballot. So let's not be this team can win some basketball games. They may be in a little low, but they winning right now. So I'm hoping that the Knicks look better tonight. The one thing, even if the streak continues, look better at it. I don't want them to look as bad. Look better. Because it is a chance. And we know, as me and Devon come on here, it's always a chance. If the Knicks don't go out there and have their game, I swear Devon says this all the time. I love saying it behind Devon, get your ass beat. If you don't come out there and play your A game, you're gonna get your teeth knocked out and your ass beat. So let's see if they come out here tonight with some emphasis. Now, if you lose with some emphasis, I'm okay with that. We still 9, 10, 11 games over 500 or something like that. So, we had we fall in the street, but I don't think this game is going to be a game that you sleep on. I think all these guys are going to wake up tonight, in my opinion, my fandom. I hope so.
Yo, real talk. Yo, salute to the chat, man. AP was good, my dude. I see you. Size 9. Yeah, I agree with you, size 9. We got the same record as last year. So far, the coaching change don't mean too much yet. You know what I mean? Maybe Mike because of style wise, but yeah, you're right. We still got the same record as last year, size 9. So the only thing changed is the style of play. So we'll see when it's all said and done. Size 9. If Mike Brown don't get the New York Knicks to the East, get us to the finals with the same roster that Tibbs had with a better, supposedly a better bench than Tibbs had, then they didn't know it. Then that thing wasn't worth it. So yeah, that you're 100% right with that. Same record as last year, and if these cats don't show improve, but like I said, it's still early in the season. We gotta wait to see. We gotta wait to see how it play out. Wait till we see how it play out at the end of the year. And because if the Knicks don't get to the final, it's definitely a bust season. But right now, it's a regular season, a regular season moment. And right now, we have lost games in a row under all our coaches. I don't want to throw this coach under the bus because every other coach, not only Ted, the coach before him. I mean, who else is? Let me see. There's a couple of other teams in the association that lost 4 or 5 games right now, but they expect to be better. Like that's just part of the NBA season. It's a long season, and I don't make excuses for nobody. I don't believe that. I don't do that. You know what I mean? You do it or you don't do it. It's things that can make it harder for you to do it, but I will never make no excuse for them. But right now, you're 100% right. They're both 23-13, same record as last year. Let's see how it goes, size 9. Let's see how it goes by the end of the year. Let's see where this team is at, because really what's going to really matter, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens at the end of the year in the playoffs. If Mike Brown don't get this team past the Eastern Conference Finals with this team that he was given to, he was given a team that's that nice, then we really got something to talk about. You know what I mean? But because like I say, even though we lost 4 in a row or whatever the case may be, Knicks can go on the 7-game winning streak, for as I know. I mean, that's just
right now.
NBA. Yeah, it's the NBA. It literally happens all the time in the NBA. This ain't gonna be the first year Knicks lost 4 games in a row, and probably won't be the last. I don't know. You know what I mean? But right now, I got a bad taste in my mouth with this shit. I'm not even too upset about the 4 games we lost. I'm upset about the way we lost the other day. That, like I was saying in the previous show, it's all right to lose to a team, but they whooped your ass. They literally bust our ass the other day, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm upset about. I'm not even upset about them losing to the Detroit Pistons. They the number 1 team in the East. They got a fucking talented roster over there. I ain't even on front. And much as I kept saying all season, I'm like, yeah, man, I don't think Detroit that good. I done ate my crow already. They nice. They got a good team. JB Bickerstaff got them boys playing hard basketball over there. They gritty. They tough. And Cade Cunningham, you got to put him in an MVP conversation with Brunson and the rest of them, because this team is number 1 in the East. They number 1 in the East.
That's a fact.
And they balling. And so I got to say, you know what, Devon, you underestimated Detroit Pistons. Them motherfuckers is nice. And that's without Doran and Tobias Harris and all that. So I'm right there with all that stuff. So I ain't listen. But I know also we'll see him again. That's pretty much what it boiled down to, Shop Out. We will see the Detroit Pistons again. Hopefully, we have some of our guys back too, because hopefully we won't be on a 4-game losing streak or whatever the case may be. Hopefully, we be better than we were when we played them this time. But right now, as the day stand for I'm concerned, the Detroit Pistons is the number 1 team in the East, and that's a fact. Ain't nothing else you can say about it. So but that don't mean our Knicks won't be there. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. It's peaks and valleys, ladies and gentlemen. We peaked real fast. Now we hit a valley. Now we just got to come out the valley, get back to a peak. It happens all the time. Peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. We started off 23-9. We was at a peak. Now we hit a valley. Now we down in the valley. Now it's time to come out of the valley and hit the peak again. Let's see if we can start a peak. And I think that's what's going to have to happen. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the way the Knicks was playing, Mike Brown got to be better as well. But also remember this too. Our players got to be better too. I keep saying that because listen, you cats are the ones getting defended out there. Cade Cunningham was busting your ass. He wasn't busting Mike Brown.
Right.
Isaiah Stewart was clamping down Cat. He wasn't clamping down no damn Mike Brown. So what I'm trying to say is Mike Brown might have got out coached by Bickerstaff the other day. Let's give him. I can say that, but them players got their ass busted on that court the other night. They was taking it to them. Taking it to them. You know what I mean? So it's got to be a thin line between that. You know, give credit what credit is due. Coach sucked it, and the team sucked it the other night. Let's put it like that. That we don't throw the blame at nobody. They went at us hard, ladies and gentlemen. They went at us hard. So now tonight we got a whole shit. We know this shit don't change because remember, early in the season, Ananobi was popping, Mikhail was popping, Brunson was popping, Cat had it off, then Cat had it popping. Cat had week before that, Cat had a 40 and 36, 30, a 40 and 36-point game in 1 week. So it is, you know, shit happens. It really does, man. I'm not even trying to defend this shit, but I'm just trying to bring truth to power. It's gonna be times where you up in the peak. Sometimes sometimes you're gonna be in the valley. So we just gotta get back out of that valley and get back in the peak. And hopefully that we can try to sustain, get to a better place, and then we can really get this thing popping for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Devon. I know we talk about it all the time, the peaks and valleys. And like you said, we are in a valley right now. You know, way in the valley. You know what I mean? But it's always up. From where we at right now, it's always up. And I'm always optimistic about what the Knicks can do because it only takes a break. I mean, it only takes a break. I mean, if the Knicks get a break and something going on in the court or something like that, on a call or on a fast break or however you want to call the break, it's going to make the Knicks a different team. You know what I mean? And I in my opinion, I think the Knicks, I love seeing the young guys out there, Dewara and McCullough. I love seeing them out there. But I think it's time to decide if you're going to start running a 7, 8, 9-man rotation or a 9, 10, 11-man rotation. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. I think right now, one of the better ways, and I hate to say it like this, like how Tom Thibodeau is, you can reduce this roster to 8, 9-man rotation, and you run those guys a little bit more minutes so they can get more togetherness on the court. And I mean, I love to see Dewara out there. I love to see McCullough out there. But those 6, 8, 9 minutes of these guys playing can go to OG Anunoby, can go to OG Cat, could go to Brunson, because these are the guys that's going to, in my opinion, that's going to bring us home in the clutch time. I love seeing the young guys out there, but right now, I need some more consistency. I need some more guys. I need 8 guys right now. You know what I mean? Deuce McBride in my opinion, needs to be starting. You know what I mean? And not too many other guys off the bench. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. So that's my feeling. We can just can do make this the rotations a little smaller, make us a little stronger. Maybe we can get a little farther.
Yeah, it's a lot of variables, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna throw the injury report and everything up there. We do that. Then I hurry it because I can open up the chat. I'm gonna open up the panel, let the brothers in a minute. But I would say all this to say this as well. Great point, Shot Powers. See, that's one thing I can truly say why Tibbs did what he did. And I should say it a lot, prior to this year. Basketball is a game of rhythm. It's just a rhythm thing. You know what I mean? And when you play a lot of guys, it's hard for God to get in the rhythm, because here's why. Let's say if he misses his first 2 shots and he don't have enough time to get back into a rhythm to make the next 3 or 4, and then he goes to the bench. Now he done missed 2 or 3 shots. Now you send him to the bench without a rhythm. So I see why Tibbs used to run these dudes a lot like that, because it's about rhythm. Because if you don't got a rhythm to your shot, you don't have a rhythm to your game, you don't have a rhythm to whatever. Not making no excuses, but it's hard to get into a rhythm without the amount of time. So I don't have a problem with Mike Brown is doing, but I think he might have to do it in a certain way. Because when Landry Shamet and Josh Hart come back, this thing will be better. Because these how valuable these guys was to our team. Because their defense, their energy, their effort, their 3-point shot. Well, at least Shamet and Josh Hart was knocking them down pretty good this year. See, I love them guys we got, but they are not. See, the number that Josh Hart gives you, ladies and gentlemen, no pun intended, he give it to you every night. That's his average. Like his average is 14, 11, and 8 or whatever. But see, it's not like one night he's going to give it to you, then the next night he's not going to give it to you. Then one night he might have 2 good games, but the next 2 nights he might not have another. No, they numbers like that every night. Every night. Like Josh Hart averages this every night. my man Shamit averages every night. So even they had one bad night off, or maybe that, but they most likely going to have more on nights and off nights because that's what they average is. Some of these guys averages and they like hypothetically, the Warrior had an 18-point game, but the next night after that he had 2 points. You understand what I'm saying? Shot powers. So it's not because of his fault or Brown's fault. He might have played a better team that night. The next night the defense might have been better, or the game that night he didn't do well could have been because somebody else had a pop and they didn't need his offense. So it's not about his game because he didn't do well because he just stunk. No, but sometimes guys who are used to putting up numbers like that every night, they put them up every night. And I just think that's why I think we miss Shaman's 3-point shooting, his defense, and Josh Hart's all Mr. Swiss Army knife, everything that he do. Not that we wouldn't have won these games with them, but I still think would have had a better chance to win them, Shot Powell. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So we'll see how it goes. Shit happens. But on to the next, man. On to the next. Let's get this thing popping. Let me throw the injury report up in the starting lineup and the game preview. We get back at it. Devon, Shot Powell, the chat. Y'all up ahead. I see a lot of great conversation in the chat. Y'all keep it coming, man. We be right back. Don't go nowhere, man. Let's get it, man. Knicks and Clippers at the arena in about another 45 minutes. Let's get it, man. Here we go. Yo, salute everybody, man. There you go. Like I said, Clippers numbers is not kind of comparable to it because they had a kind of rough season, but you can't take that team for granted. They defense and offense not even where it need to be at, but I think these cats still got a lot of firepower down there. But we still averaging 120. We still 47% around from the field goal, every rebound numbers still look good. 3-point shots still look good, even though we didn't shoot well in 2 of these 3 games, but we still shooting at 38%. So a couple of games don't take away the fact that for 20, almost 30 other games, you did well doing it. So I just think that these numbers is they don't mean too much sometimes to me, ladies and gentlemen, because like I said, you put up numbers that in the course of that whole season, somebody might not have been there, this guy might not have been there. But in the meantime, without the guy that we had, Shot Powers, that's why you want to see DeWarrior get a popping again tonight. That's why you want to see McCullough get a popping again tonight. You want to see Cole get a popping again tonight, because these are guys we're gonna lean on. Because without the other guy, we need to lean on them to help us out, get through this thing we're going through. And they've been doing well for us. Those young guys been playing phenomenal basketball for us. You know what I mean? The energy, the effort. That's one thing I could say. Almost the other night, I was kind of wishing that they played the young guys when they played the older guy the other night. Because I know them young guys was going to come out there and play hard the other night. They've been playing hard all year. And when you young and hungry like the Warriors and McCullough and all them guys, they're going to come out there and give you effort every time they play. And that's one thing you can never take away from them is their effort. And I think that the other game, we would love to see effort like that from our veterans. But our young guys are the ones been kind of carrying us a little bit with that energy and effort, because them guys, they out there, they want, they're hungry. And one thing I love about guys who's hungry, they're going to go out and give you all they got to eat. You know what I mean? These guys want to eat. And I think these young guys have been doing real well. But like I said, when the other guys come back, some of them might not get the minutes they're going to want to get. But anyway, while they're in here making an impact, just like tonight, I want to see DeWarrior get a power. I'm big on this guy. I'm big on him and McCullough and Cole. I'm big on these guys. They're going to be around for a while for the New York Knicks organization. So let's hope they can go out there tonight and help us help Jalen Brunson and the rest of our guys go out there and get it popping tonight, man. That's really what it all boiled down to for me.
Yeah. It when you want to, I mean, as I watch the game, I just want to see the team play well, and I'm not advocating for like sitting these guys on the bench and not like that, but it may come a time that you might have to not put one of these guys in. It all depends how how it rolls, because the Warriors been playing excellent. I mean, he's been playing really good basketball. I mean, and Tyler Kolek, I think, has made a statement of him coming off the bench this year. There's no way that you sit Tyler Kolek down, because he plays very well with Deuce McBride on the court. He also plays very well with Brunson, and Deuce plays very well with both of them on the court too. So those three guys together on the court together is phenomenal. I mean, so I don't think those three guys really, that's part of the 8 or 9 man rotation I'm talking about. So I just I don't want to discount McCullough. I don't want to discount the Warrior, because they made good steps and good strides, but our guys got to big up, you know what I mean? And I hope the rumors out there that maybe Josh Hart might be back might be true.
But yeah, real talk. Well, let's look at this thing real quick. Just get over these stats. We get off of this and open up the panel. If you look at the team stats right now, ladies and gentlemen, them guys right now, they 12th in the standings over here in the West. They on the road, they 4-13, they 12 on the offensive rating, they 26 on defense. I think that team is better than that, but that's where they at right now with their defense. And if you look at where we at right now, we 4th in offense, we 17th in defense. So if you look at the numbers that we supposed to beat them, that don't mean we will. But if you just look at it from a number standpoint, we're supposed to beat them, right? But, if their defense giving up that many points, and even on a bad night, our offense can score 100-some points, then you would think that this should be a Knicks game. Not our offense is better than theirs, and our defense is better than theirs. But here's the caveat, though. They might got players in there that we don't got in there. Like I said, the Clippers have won 4 out of the last 5. We have lost 4 out of the last 5. So you know what I mean? And I say all that to say you could tell by the way this thing going real quick. I'll show you what I mean. Look at the last 5 games, Clippers, 4-1. They only lost to the Boston Celtics. Last 5 games, we are Knicks, 1-4. So you see that they peaking, and we in the valley. We going the opposite direction. So we got to hope that we could turn this thing around and get back into the direction where they going. If not, it might be a long night for the New York Knicks tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But I do think we're gonna respond real well tonight. I believe in this team, and I believe in our players. I believe in the coaching and everybody. This ain't nothing new to us. We've been there before. But so we're gonna try to get it popping against Shop Out. But let me open up the chat, man. The panel, and get these brothers in here, and they can give us their thoughts and everything, man. What's good, fellas? What's popping, my man?
Salute,
fellas. Salute.
What's on, everybody? How y'all doing, man? Y'all doing all right?
What up, Jack?
What up, brother? How are you?
I'm good. What's going on, Shop House, Divine? What's good, brothers?
You're ready. You're ready.
Yeah, ready, my
Yeah,
My
man.
background killing me, man. My background killing me. My background killing me. I got a new setup over here. My background killing me. All right, that's all I had to say.
All right. Yo, let me tell you know what? It's so funny. Like I listen to everybody, and I feel like I could take a piece of like everybody's thoughts, and it becomes me. Like you think your background killing you, but it's not killing me. It looks all right. So, like it's just like the Knicks. We on a little lull right now, and it looks horrible, but we're all right. Like we're gonna be all right. We didn't get to this record not being a good team. Like I I happen to be something called an optimistic person.
Facts.
Right. If I wasn't, I don't think I'd make it this long in life.
Facts.
All right. So like, you know what? We see what's going on out there, but how did we get to a game out of first in all of the East to a crazy good record and win the Emirates Cup, and then we came back and we're sluggish. We're sluggish mentally, physically, emotionally. God knows what else is happening there. They're humans. They got so much stuff going on in their life. If you allow me just 1 minute, I'm gonna get this all out. To be negative about the team that you cheer for and that you root for, especially when real life is happening, it gets nowhere. Yeah, there's a ton of things that could be fixed, but we are still a major contending team that are
Still.
trying to find out who plays with who and who's got. They're still doing that. It's the first year. Not even at the All-Star break. Give these guys a break a little bit. They're gonna figure this out. Mike Brown has to figure some things out. He looked like an all-world beater because we were beating everybody. We won the Emirates Cup. Nothing's good enough for this is my true feeling because I've been there. I'm speaking from my heart. We haven't won it so long. Like we just want to find the worst thing that we could possibly think every time we see a team. Like even in our wins, I'll notice that some people got a problem with stuff. Even in our wins, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's bugged out. You know, like, oh, he dribbled too much, but he did score the winning bucket. Okay, so he dribbled too much. You know, listen, I wanted to say peace to my brothers, peace to the chat, peace to KNICKS family across the world. Peace is the word. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the fact that we can watch our team that is no longer sucking like they were 7 years ago or whatever, 8 years ago or 10 years ago. We got a legitimate every year playoff squad that has a chance to win a championship for the last handful of years. My God, I've been waiting for that.
Yeah, real tough. Yeah, no, you're 100% right with that. I mean, and I get it, man. You know, you gotta, like I always tell Shop House, I'm gonna give it a Nick Nation. With, you know, justice is a penalty reward for one acts and deeds. You know what I mean? If you do good, you get rewarded. If you do bad, you get reprimanded. I get, you know, and that's fine. Because nobody's gonna be good all season. This is an 82 game grueling marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon. And you're gonna lose games like we lose it. I get all that, especially under the circumstances that we in. So now what we got to do, we got to recalibrate. You got to recalibrate. I'll say, okay, go in there. And if you need a team meeting, have a team meeting. Shit, I'm quite sure some people's job, they have a team meetings in the morning when shit ain't going well. Your manager like, yo, we need to get together in the huddle, talk about this shit. You know, we ain't get enough shipping done or we ain't get enough this done.
Right.
It happened. I don't got no problem with it. Just like I said, give Detroit their flowers. And give everybody else who beat the team Knicks in the last couple of days their flowers. I'm not gonna give a lot of them other teams. I'm not gonna really give flowers like I'm giving Detroit though. Them other teams, whatever. But Detroit, you give them their flowers. They went out there and played some basketball the other night. They played while they were the number one seed in the league and in the Eastern Conference, and they playing like they damn near the number one team in the whole fucking NBA, other than OKC and Spurs, whoever got that record like theirs, but they right there with the top three teams in the league. Right? That tells you that they are a good team. We didn't lose to no bum team, ladies and gentlemen, or a team who just was lucky. No. These cats took us 6 games in the playoffs last year. They came back with a renewed energy. That our destiny this year is to beat the New York Knicks no matter what. And that would, and know what? They caught our guys at a bad time and our team's season. And they smoked the shit out of us, straight up. Shit happens. My man Nick Mason, what popping up? What's good, my man?
What's good, bro? What's good? Yeah, man. It is a rough patch, that's for sure. I honestly, like I said, I tried to step back, you know, not watch it as a fan and just watch it as, you know what I mean, just a NBA game. And, you know, they definitely have slack teams. We do have some cracks in our foundation.
That's right.
They exploited them. You look who they attacked. You look at the principals defense, and they found a lot of flaws and they exploited. They exploited a few of them, put that in situations that he is uncomfortable with. That's why sometimes, like even tonight, if it happens again, I'm not sure why Brown is doing the 2 big lineup at times, particularly like last game. Like, I didn't understand why, because it still takes certain points of athleticism to D people. The 3-point line, it takes guys who have an athletic skill and quickness to get out to that line. Cat, he couldn't do it a lot of times. Some of the things were designed. If you watch a lot of the, I watch certain things and watch the game, and even as size 9 had advised me on, on a site to look at. And I definitely took a look at it. And you look at where there were, because I saw what they were doing. I just wasn't understand, the terminology. But a lot of things happen, particularly with Cat on pin downs. He's uncomfortable, he's learning to try to play better defense, but to ask him to do certain things to get out to certain areas, that's just not his game. I don't think it ever will be. I think he's grown somewhat defensively, but there's certain areas where he struggles. Then on the other side, they were extremely physical with him. That was the last 2 games. If you look at both those teams, that's what they did to him. They bumped him, and trying to get him out of his mental space. And last game, he was 100% out of his mental space. He didn't, his production has been spotty. And overall, like I've said, our 2 wing players have been booty for the last 4 or 5 games. They have been booty. And with the 2 of them playing terrible, that's not a good sign for us to win at all. I'm positive, upbeat, that we can, recover out of this, but there are principles on offense and defense that must be corrected. If we just think that it's a funk that these guys are in at one stage, there are principal points of our system that they have, found their way into the fine lines. This thing, because we've all discussed it, Cat just sitting up at top can't be. And then, then his only point of other offense is to try to work his way down off of the dribble coming down. It's not working. Bumping his head against the wall. Mike is allowing it, for some faint point of reason. But you got to move this guy. He can't just keep sitting up at the top of that key on offense. It gets too stagnant. And these guys, these are professional players. These are professional coaches. So, they're going to come up with somebody's going to come up with a game plan employs to stop you. That's why you move people around. It's why Brunson attacks from different points of angles. What they're doing with Cat, I'm not sure why they're doing it in this manner, but it has to be addressed. We talked about it early in the season, and there were some points in games where he didn't highlight himself and he looked good. But then there's still points of where he's in the same place, man. Like, if I know you're going to be in that same place, I'm going to design something to, to knock you off your game. So that's one of the points of avenues that has to be, the dribbling, they're trying to get downhill, has to be designed better. Shaman is out, which, now we know why he loves Shaman in certain points, and why Hart as well, because those are the 2 guys that will get their cardio on and race up that court. We're getting into the shot clock way too late. Brunson is once again trying to bring the ball up. We need somebody else. It's the reason why also when Kolek comes in the game looks different, because you got somebody who's able to dribble and to be able to pass in situations where the defense isn't just sitting on top of us. That whole last couple of games, every time down, these defenses were set up waiting on us. We got to be better than that. We got to have guys to race up point up the court, because those are the 5 points. Those are some of the 5 points of Mike Brown's game, is to get that offense into the point, get those shooters to points to the corners. Without that, his offense doesn't work. And right now, if I defy anybody to really look at that game and see, and age and point of that's where we're at with it. We gotta be better. The thing is, there is points of times where people are gonna have down once things points, but these were cracks in our schematics. They, you know what I mean? I watched the last 2 games over again, just to see it. They are definitely cracks in our schematics on offense and defense. Between the two of them, I'm just saying, as far as players and as far as coaching staff, both have to be better. When people say how, you know what I mean, because Jay, 2 things can be, you know, can be correct. And this is where the point where we're at. Was Brunson terrible the other night with steadily, constantly dribbling? 100% he was. And a lot of this flip and where we're at, I put it on Brunson. And like I say, I put it on Brunson. He is the captain. We can't just always call him the captain when we're winning and say in point of lead. He sets the tone a lot. You know, I mean, he sets the tone pretty much all the time. So if he's setting that kind of tone, he's got to be better. He's 100% got to be better. And, you know, I don't want to get into the point of the dribble, to this, to that, because even if he's dribbling, he's still got to be able to pass out of it faster. Both of our top 2 players have problems passing quickly out of double and triple teams quickly. They both do. It's not just what's name. Brunson.
Cat does a lot too.
Okay, well, let me try and
hold on to that rock with 2, 3.
A little bit. Let me try a little bit. Let get somebody else.
Got to get it up once. Oh yeah, do that thing, brother. My apologize.
Yeah, for me, this Knicks need to get to the finals. That's all for me. I mean, you know, because like I said, I don't critique a lot of stuff every day because depending on who you're playing, how you're playing, the time of the year you're playing, who's in, who's out. You're gonna have teams who got your number, who can do it to you, who can give it to you, can spank your ass, bust your ass. This is basketball, ladies and gentlemen. New York Knicks ain't going undefeated. They ain't going undefeated. Ain't nobody going undefeated, matter of fact. But I do say for the last 5 games, they've been playing terrible. Jalen Brunson took us to the Eastern Conference Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Big Cat took us to the Eastern Conference Finals, ladies and gentlemen. I understand it. It's a season of basketball. We're critiquing everybody game day by day, month by month. I get all that. At the end of the day, they were one of the last guys standing last year. They're gonna be some of the last guys standing this year. They going through a lull. Shit happens, motherfuckers. I go out there when I'm remodeling one of my houses, shop houses. One day I might go out there and move a water heater, might move it and make my fucking body to shot. But one day I might be in there just putting up some molding and shit, you know, and it's all good, you know. It's right now the Knicks is just getting beat down. Because we was 23-9, we were the pride of the NBA almost in the Eastern Conference, you know. 23-9, we busted everybody ass. Everybody giddy on the Knicks. Now we the fucked up worst team in the league now. Well, nah, we ain't even going there like that. For me, I'm talking about for me. I know where this team is gonna be at the end of the year. I'm not even sweating that. I'm not. I didn't sweat it last year when they went through it with Tibbs. When we went on that losing streak for 4 or 5 games. I ain't go through it then. I ain't going through it now. Shit happens.
Wasn't it right around the same time too? Was it right like this time?
And we've been watching this for 30, 40 years. It ain't nothing new when they won. They probably lost 3 or 4 games in a row. They probably stunk up into the league for a couple of days. That's the NBA. It's a sprint. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So right now they was peaking at a certain time. Now they're in the valley. The New York Knicks will peak again. And when they start peaking again 2 weeks ago, no disrespect, Big Cat had 41 games. 2 nights later, he had 36. 40. 2 nights later, 36. Jalen Brunson averaging 29 points a game the whole season. Look what I'm trying to say, though. He is averaging 29 points a game. He's one of the top scorers in the NBA. He's still putting up 7 assists. Big Cat averaging 22 and 11 to 12. They team third in the Eastern Conference. They was 2 for a long time, but right now they are in a funk. So right now, until they get out that funk, rip their ass. I can rip them all day for a long time because they deserve to get ripped. They deserve to get ripped because they playing stinking. But at the end of the day, that don't mean they gonna do this for the rest of the season. Right now, they suck. Call them out, rip their ass because they stink right now. They suck. We said that 5 days ago. Y'all giving up 125 points a game. Y'all suck. But make no mistake about it, Jalen Brunson will be where he gonna be at. Big Cat will where he gonna be at. When Josh Hart get back, Shannon get back, this team will be where they're going to be at. The game ain't made in 30 games. It's made in 82 and 8 and 16 more in the playoffs. I'm not even concerned about the Knicks, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, because I know the character of this team. I know that Detroit got on a mission. These dudes are on a mission. And listen, and what's that? San Antonio, they on a mission too. We got them. Okay, we got them. Whatever. These teams, the New York Knicks is one of the most hunted teams in the NBA right now. They know legitimately. They know they got a team that literally can get in the finals and win it. People know that. Everybody know that. So they're gonna get everybody's game that night. But it also realizes too, they can't beat everybody. You know what I mean, Shaw Powell? They can't beat everybody and everybody. You know, hey, you can have a chance to beat everybody, but that don't mean you're gonna beat everybody. And right now, Detroit is a hot motherfucking team. They beat Cleveland the night before in Cleveland. The night before that, they beat somebody else.
That's a fact.
They're nice.
That's a fact.
They ain't only doing this shit to the Knicks. They busting everybody ass. You know what I mean? They busting the whole NBA ass, to be honest with you. So, okay, from my standpoint, let's go New York Knicks. We go in there and beat the Clippers tonight. Go in there, try to get back on the winning streak. The one thing you can do right now, Shaw Powell, is walk in that arena tonight and say, you know what? Let me show you who my true character is. Let me show you who I really am. Because let me tell you, Zubac ain't no walkover. He ain't no walkover. Kawhi ain't no walkover. James Harden ain't no walkover. Chris Dunn ain't no walkover. All these dudes ain't no walkover. But you know what? We still the New York Knicks, though. So we still the Knicks. Fuck that shit. You go in there and handle your business. Get back on your grind. Get back to what you do best. They will be there at the end of the year. I guarantee you that. I'm willing to bet anybody the New York Knicks will be in our top 2 in the East by the end of the year. Now, 2 weeks from now, we're going to be like, wow, they went on a 7-game winning streak. What the fuck? Top hours. So I'm going to leave it at that, bro. I'm keeping it a buck. I ain't worried about the New York Knicks. Everybody go through this shit. You lose games, you get outplayed, you get outmatched, you get out whatever. Then how you gonna respond to being beat down? I see my man real quick, shout out for to you, Big John Tillis and Mike Weaver for all those new boxers spanked this man for 14 rounds.
Wow.
Fight over. That's the New York Knicks right there. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
That's a
Damn, you went
you
back.
It happens, bro.
Fight. That's not go anyway. Yeah, I'm with you, Devon, on that one, man. The Knicks, that game was terrible, and they've been having a terrible stretch. You know what I mean? They've been having a terrible stretch. That game was a terrible game, and that game, I felt something about it because who we played. And I mean, like I said again, if I wanted the team to play better, but they didn't. They got the butt whipped. And if they don't come out with their A game tonight, they can get their butt whipped again. Right? They get their butt whipped again. Right. So I'm hoping for the best. I'm optimistic because I believe the Knicks can find themselves in a day of rest and a day of consolement, a day of reckoning, a day of atonement, whatever you want to, to get yourself back together because that's what they need. You know what I mean? They got to get back together, and just like Nick Nation said, the wings been playing weak. You know what I mean? We've been having weak wings, broken wings. We've been having broken chicken wings. We've been having chicken wings. You know what I mean? We've been having chicken wings. So, but instead of wings, we've been having chicken wings. So let's see if they can clear it up a little bit. Let's see if they can clear it up a little bit. That's one of the big things. You know what I mean? That is a big thing. And let's see if Cat can change the way he plays a little basketball. Not change the way he plays basketball. Let's see if we can get a couple more shots. Maybe he needs to get a couple more shots. Maybe he needs to be a focal point sometimes in the offense. Sometimes maybe it's just me. They look like, I don't want to say they overlook him, but when he maybe he needs to take 25 shots a night one night. I don't know what, because he's only averaging 11, 12, 13, 14 shots a night. His efficiency is out the wazoo. So I don't know what else I could say. My personal thing, I think they should start Deuce tonight. That's my personal opinion. I was just like Nick Nation. I like to see Mitch out there with the double big lineup, but we didn't need that. I would have rather seen Deuce start because he's a better point of the
attack.
The deep, yeah, exactly. Y'all know what the hell I'm trying to say. I'm running real fast because I'm trying to get through it. You know what I mean? Exactly. So,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's what I think. That's exactly what I think we need to put out there tonight. So I don't second guess the Knicks. I was really upset for the last couple of games, and we've been talking about it right here. Us four guys right here on the thing: 125, 130, 130, 100. We've been talking about it. You know what I mean? We were not seeing that in the beginning of the year. The Knicks were averaging 112 to 114 points, somewhere around there. Last couple of games has been 130 point, 122 points, 23 points. We giving up. We ain't even scoring that much points. We scoring 121, but we giving them 120 something, 22, 23 points. That's no bueno. You know what I mean? That's no good. No good.
No,
So
definitely
let's see if we can reconcile, get back to our team defense. When the last time you see the ball flow? It's funny because it's only last couple of games, but it's been a lot of stack. Play. Let's see if they can get the flow to the game back. Give everybody the touches. Let's see if everybody can start getting them accurate 10 to 15 shots, especially our starters. You know what I mean? And let's start Deuce tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jay.
let me hop in on a
Yeah, go ahead.
couple things. Last year we won 9 straight games and then lost 3 games, and everybody lost their mind. You remember that? And it was around the same time.
Yep.
9 straight games. It was 9-game winning streak. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't win 3, and our defense was this and everything that.
You got to trade OG. You got to trade Johnson.
Trade the whole team. Right, exactly. Everybody is this, everybody's that. Play whoever the hell was on the bench. Not even people that I can't remember half the people yet. I was about to mention that too. I do believe Miles is going to start tonight. I want to say that this league has increasingly been building on purpose more parity.
Yep.
Okay, and that's a very big thing. For those who not understand what I'm saying is that this league has increasingly made the teams more even in many different ways. That's what the cap is built for. That's what a lot of things are built for. And yes, you have some teams that build teams up or whatever. But if they're building teams up, that means at one point they were really, really bad. All right, they were really, really bad. You remember that team that Cleveland had when they had the first pick, the second pick, the first pick, and then the second, third pick. It was like 5 years straight that somehow got that because LeBron left. Look, we're gonna have that right now. OKC looked like they were going undefeated for the year. They're 5-5 in the last 10 games with a 2-game losing streak. That's OKC. That's the number 1 team in the league, right? And so, like, what should they do with SGA? Maybe they should sit him down. I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't play for a game. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they should go back to the drawing board and I don't know. Somebody should be fired. I think because 5-5 in the last 10 games, you're the best team in the league. That's not good, man. And of course I say this all in jest, but Detroit has a 2-game winning streak. They're only 6-4 in the last 10 games. Yeah, they beat us. They're not world beaters. 6-4 in 10 games. That's almost 5-5. That's the same thing. They're great. We're great. The whole point of what I'm saying to everybody here is if I keep going down this list right now, there might be a couple of teams. Like even the Spurs lost the last 2 games, 6-4. Okay. My whole point about all that is even with our losing 4 games, we're only 4-6. That's just reversed. We lost a couple of games, guys. Let's try to breathe a little slower, take your time, relax for a little bit. I'm looking forward to playing a little for them to get. They need to get on them. They need to get on Cat in the right positioning. They need to start telling them people, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you keep missing your spot, if you don't cut through that pick, if you don't make that spot, you're out." And I do agree with one thing. Brown had the luxury in the beginning of tinkering with the, trying to find out who was who and what was what. And it worked at the time. And now I think the tinkering game needs to be over. He needs to figure out who's going to play and when they're going to play. And that is 1,000% what I think is the majority of the issue. Besides, and I'm going to stick with this, all that energy that we spent for the last couple of weeks. I think I cannot wait for them to, keep playing a couple more games. I guarantee there'll be some wins in there that you guys are gonna be, wow, what a great game. Oh, well, maybe you won't say it. It depends on what kind of person you are, if you're optimistic or pessimistic or whatever you want to be. For me, I'm gonna say great game. Any win's a great game. We win by 1 point, a half a point. I don't even know how you win by half point, but if you win by half point, I'm still gonna clap for you. All right. So that's it. We need to get to that to the All-Star, have some good rest, and reinvigorate ourselves. This team was climbing the ladder, and there's only one place left to go. And I believe in my Knicks. I believe in the front office.
Right.
All right. Saying that if they see something that is unfixable, they're gonna go out and fix it. All right. So two things are, I believe, I always say two things can be right at the same time. That's what Nick Nation was saying too. Two things can be right at the same time. I believe that this team built right now, that we have constructed right now, can win the championship.
That's facts, bro.
That's
real for real. That's
right,
for
real. At the same time, if necessary, if somebody is going to continue to, and I don't know who's, and when I say somebody, I literally mean somebody. I'm not picking one person out. I think OG is an elite two-way player who's just having a little slump. I think that Bridges is a great guard who is having a little slump. I think that Brunson is trying to, do a little too much, but he still scores 30 a game. All right. And Cat needs to find his place. I don't like him starting at the top as much. He's very used to that. He's going to have to come unlearn what he's learned for all his life. You can't, it's very hard to do. So I believe that we are presently constructed a championship team right now. And I also believe when we get fully healthy, that a few people are going to have to bite the bullet and not play as much as they think they're going to play, because we're going to have to get the minutes are going to have to flow for the people who are putting the ball in the bucket.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's just it. Bottom line.
Let me say a couple of things, and I agree with everything you said. Here's something you got to remember. Here's a real point. 4-4 without Josh Hart, 19-9 with Josh Hart. Let me put this out there, because some people are that important to a basketball team. They are that important. They might not be the all-world scorers. He is the engine to way the Knicks play basketball. Josh Hart. He is the heart and soul, his energy, his tenacity, his gamemanship. Since he's been injured, Knicks been losing. Not saying they would have won the game they with him there. It would have been easier, had a better chance. Number two, was Cat off the other night? Was Anunoby off the other night? Mm-hmm. Was McHale off the other night? Mm-hmm. Was Kolek off the other night? Mm-hmm. So what do you want Brunson to do? I ain't gonna let you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something. If you can't get it, get out the way. Let me get it. I'm throwing you the ball. Y'all ain't hitting no shots. But at the same time, your man whooping your ass. If this man gonna lock you down, then let me get the ball. I'm gonna take charge. That's a captain. Jalen Brunson putting up these numbers. You know what? He had all that pressure the other day
because none of them players had it popping the other night. None of them. None of them. Only Deuce and Bry. Cat didn't have it. Ananobi didn't have it. Mikal didn't have it. Kolek didn't have it. DeWara didn't have it. Yabusele didn't have it. Clarkson didn't have it. So so Jalen Brunson, well, somebody got to get this shit going. See, sometimes we got to understand why they superstars too. If I pass you the ball and you give it back to me because your man D'ing the shit out you, why you let him D you like that? Get your bust his ass straight up. Yeah. So sometime you're gonna get Jalen Brunson games like that. That's why he is who he is. His numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. The man was 29 and something like that with 7.5 assists last year, and he still had a bum roster and a bench last year. Can you imagine if them dudes were hitting shots last year with Jalen Brunson? He would have been Dana 29 and 11.
Yep.
Sometimes when you throw a person a basketball, they got to make shots. And that's why it might seem like he don't got no assists. If I throw you the ball and you don't put that ball in the bucket, you took away my assist. The other night, they just took Cat straight out the game. Straight out the game. The game. He was out the game. Ananobi was out the game. They took all the dudes out. So sometime he might have to be who he is. Get on my back, just like Julius Randle did us when Tibbs got here. Julius Randle put this team on his back and took these dudes to the playoffs. A bunch of Tito's. Julius Randle took that team and put them on it. Sometimes you got to have dudes like Jalen Brunson and Kay Cunningham and them. But see the difference in the other night, Kay Cunningham boys was hitting shots though. Mm-hmm. Knicks players wasn't hitting shots. If Ananobi or Cat, even one of them two, or Mikal would have had a decent game the other night, that game could have been closer. It could have went different. So all I'm saying is, sometime, even when much as they stuck up that joint the other night, that whole team stunk it up. But I understand what Jalen Brunson is a competitor. The man won a high school championship, 2 NCAA championships, Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, bust all these dudes' ass, all of them. Even Kay Cunningham last year. But sometimes, if your boys don't come to fight with you, then you want to fight by yourself.
Right.
Sometimes
you might get jumped and you might get hurt.
Right.
But you come back around.
Yeah, man. So
with your boys, and you get shit done.
Get shit done.
I think I'm the odd. I think I'm the odd man out on this one, and I'm just going to keep it a buck with you guys. Brunson is good. He's a great player, but saying that what he did is okay, no.
I didn't say he was okay.
I'm just saying you have to run a system, and he's in a system, and you know what I mean. And how you guys, I get how you guys think, but Brown hasn't taken us anywhere yet. Tibbs took us to the playoffs last year. Tibbs took this team.
Before we go further, though, I just need to mention correct yourself. Hold up for a minute, Nick Nation. Mm-hmm. You got to make sure you heard what I said, because you just implicated something that I didn't say a certain way. I didn't say Jalen Brunson get the GOAT for anything. All I'm saying is Jalen Brunson sometime in a situation where your other guys is not playing good basketball, sometimes you got to take it upon yourself. That's all I'm saying. I'm not Jalen Brunson stuck in the joint.
I'm just going off. I'm going off an example. I'm going off an example of that particular game. No, that was still wrong of him. You can't keep. Because he scored, but the end point of the thing is to win the game. And how you win the game is going through a point of your system. And how you get to a point of where you get to that elevation, how you get to that playoff point is through matching the point of the system. What he did the other night, specifically, that's the game in which we're referring to and what you refer to. No. That is not what you do.
I wasn't referring to that game.
You still have to blindly. You still. That's what it's called committing, and blindly point to a system. And when you point to a system, that is what you have to. Those are the points where you have to go through. It's the rough patches.
Time out for a minute.
So that rough patch is where you have to go through.
Time out though. Hold up, Nick Nation. Time out. Mm-hmm. It's another team on the other side of the ball. See, you could run a system, but if that other team breaks your system down, then you kind of said, because Jalen Brunson, even though he ran Mike Brown's system, but JB Bickerstaff and the Detroit Pistons defense took that system away from them. They literally shut that system down the other night. They shut Cat down. They took him out of the system. They took OG out of the system. They took Mikal out of the system. They took that system away from them because it's another team on the other side of the ball. It ain't only Jalen Brunson, it's who was guarding him. It was who was guarding Cat. Because sometimes you can run a system, but if the other team takes that system away from you, then you got to be able to respond in another way. And the other night, they took that away from the New York Knicks. Mike Brown's system got them to 23-9 or whatever. But that game last night, they took that system away from the Knicks. They couldn't do shit. They took
I
it away
agree
from
with
them.
you. I
So that's what I'm
agree
saying.
with you.
Sometimes the system,
I agree with you.
sometimes the system breaks
But you
down,
still-
and
you still must execute better. You still have to execute
How?
better.
How?
You
The
can't
team
just
wasn't
say-
executing. They wasn't shooting.
Well,
they wasn't hitting.
Well, no, the execution is on who? Execution
The
is on your
whole
team.
team. The whole team. The coach and the
Exactly,
whole
but
team.
but he can't win a game by himself. So
How
if
is he
you
trying to win
took
the game
that,
by
so
himself?
what's name?
I disagree with that, bro. I disagree with
No,
that.
no,
Only
you.
reason
I mean,
that, the only reason I
but
disagree with
do
that
you
is because
agree?
they lost by
Do you
30.
agree with the results? Do you agree with the results? The results is what the end point of this game is.
I understand that, but
Why
that
what
wasn't
he
Jalen
did
Brunson's fault.
wasn't
because they lost by
effective.
30. That wasn't Jalen Brunson's fault because they lost by 30. The reason why they lost
No,
by
but
30
how is it not? How's it not part? How's it not his fault? Explain to me how it's
everybody's
not his fault.
fault. Listen, is it Jalen Brunson's fault? Hold on for a minute. Is it Jalen Brunson's fault because Big Cat didn't hit no shots? That ain't Jalen Brunson's fault because Big Cat didn't hit no shots. That's not Jalen Brunson's fault because Anunoby didn't hit no shots. That ain't Jalen Brunson's fault because they didn't play no defense. No, you can't single him out because the whole team stunk it up.
No. You do single him out because he sets the tone. He is the captain of that team. So you only want to give him his accolades when he wins. You only want to give him his accolades when he wins.
Just because he set the tone, don't mean that tone always going to function like that. Nick Nathan, you can set a tone, but that don't mean that tone is always going to execute that way. If the other team has got that number, they had their number the other night. They had Jalen Brunson
but
the
you
number.
still must run
And
your
on that
system.
note,
You
before we
must
go
learn
another
from it and
25
execute your
before we go
system.
another 25 minutes, we got to get ready to get off the channel.
I get what you're going with that.
We got to get ready to
with
get
that.
off, guys.
I
We got to get off
understand
both.
everybody
Just like Jay Chosen said all the time.
understand
Both your
where y'all
guys are
going with
right.
that.
Both your guys are right at the same time.
I'm
Both
not
your
even
guys are
trying
right
to
at
be
the
right.
same
I'm not
time.
Chop
Right.
Howard.
It's
I'm
not
not
about
trying
being
to-
right or wrong, but
Hold
both
on a
y'all
minute.
are right at the same
Hold on.
time.
I'm
Y'all
not
talking the
trying to be
same
right.
thing.
Divine,
Y'all saying the same
no. It's
thing.
this discussion. Let Divine say what he's
It's
going
the
to say.
same thing.
Joshua.
Anyway, we
not
got to
trying
get
to
ready
let
to
him
break
say
down
what
the
he's
game.
gonna
Get
say.
ready. Come on.
Go
Game
ahead.
get ready.
Go
Come
ahead.
on.
Let him
Go ahead, my man.
talk.
I'm
Yeah,
not
let Divine
trying
say
to
his
be
thing.
right or wrong. All I'm trying to say is the New York Knicks lost to the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons beat the Knicks. They didn't beat Jalen Brunson. They beat the Knicks.
Yep.
They did not beat
I
Jalen
agree.
Brunson. They beat the New York
I
Knicks.
agree.
The other night.
I
That's
agree.
all I'm
But
saying.
he is a
You say
he
you
is
agree,
the
but you
key
keep
cog of
blaming
that
Jalen
system.
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson would have had
It's not
30
just
and 11.
Jalen Brunson's part of the system.
But Jalen Brunson would have had 30 and 11 in that the other night. He still could have got their ass whipped the other night. Even if he would have had 30 and 11 and shot 80%, they still could have got smoked the other night. Because the other guy wasn't doing it either. Let's say if Jalen Brunson ran a perfect game the other night, didn't miss a shot,
Zero
had 12
assists.
assists. But
Assists.
But I understand that. But that don't mean that he the reason why he didn't get the assist. How many points Big Cat had the other night? How many points did Big Cat have the other night?
What he did? What he had 6.
How many rebounds did he have?
Four their
points
starters
did
had
Anunoby have the other
25. 4 their starters had 25 points.
How many points?
Combined score of 25 points.
How many points?
Cat has 6.
How many?
Cat has 6. 6
So if Cat has 6
points, 1 rebound.
So that means he misses 16 to 18 more points than he normally do. Now let's say if Jalen Brunson threw Cat,
You're the point guard. What's your job? What's your first job as a point guard? What's your first job as a point guard?
Here's my problem with it all. Listen, why are we trying to talk about Jalen Brunson, about what he's supposed to do, when this man literally do this shit every night because of one bad game? Now we're going to say what he's supposed to do with the point guard. Jalen Brunson is an MVP candidate, all NBA superstar for the New York Knicks because he had one bad night. Now we talk about what he's supposed to do as a point guard. Jalen Brunson does this shit every night. Every night he does this.
We're not discussing every night.
I love y'all guys. We ain't doing that.
What you were saying, we discussed specifically what you were saying about that game that night. That was my point of it. That game that night.
Well,
I'm
like
gonna
I said,
interrupt.
like
What
I said,
time is the game? What's the game?
Jalen Brunson did not the reason why the Knicks lost that game the other night. Jalen Brunson was not the reason why the New York Knicks lost that
Let's
game.
see if
It was
Jalen
the
Brunson can do it
whole
tonight.
team.
Then let's
That's
see if
all.
he can do
That's
exactly
all.
what both
The whole
everybody's
team
talking
lost that game,
about.
not
Because
Jalen
we got to
Brunson.
get ready to go. We got to get ready to go. The game
Yo,
already
please.
on.
And he stunk up the joint. Jalen Brunson stunk up the joint last night, but he ain't the reason why the Knicks lost. He stunk it up the other night, but he's not the
one of the
reason why the
huge
Knicks
target.
lost.
I'm not saying that nobody's going to always say that him because he can't win a game by himself. He can't lose a game by himself. But he was definitely a huge cog of why they lost that game.
There you go. There you go.
He can't win a game, but I'm gonna tell you the difference
There we
real
go.
quick, and then I'm gonna pick a team, a score, and a person. He can't lose a whole game by himself, right?
No, he can't.
And he can't
No,
win
I
a whole
agree with
game
you.
by himself, but he damn sure can
I
win
agree
that
with you.
game in that fourth quarter by himself.
Right.
All right, and I'm just gonna leave it there.
that was
right
slick,
there.
Jay. That was
And
slick.
tonight,
Man. Close
my
it.
player is
That's
Jalen Brunson.
All
All right, that's
There you
my
go.
player,
There you
Jalen
go.
Brunson.
There you go.
And I'm gonna give
My player is
I'm
the
gonna
team. My player is the
gonna
team.
give the
I'm gonna go with that
team
one. That's my player.
Let's see. It's gonna be. I think it'll be a tough game, tough score. We haven't been scoring a lot, but I hope we have better defense this time. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 118 to 111. New York Knicks. 118, 111. New York Knicks.
Control the pace, grab your rebounds, hit your free throws, shoot over 37% from three-point land, 80% for your free throws. Let's get back over 27 assists tonight. Please, let's get back over 27 assists tonight. Tonight, we need to get over 27 assists. Once again, I'm going to say it again. Tonight, I got the Knicks winning 121 to 114, New York Knicks. And my player of the game is also Jalen Brunson.
Thank you.
I got 123 to 125. Big Cat, 30 points tonight for me.
Let's get it.
I got better execution on offense and better execution on defense. Then we win.
There you go. Peace out, everybody. Good debate.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. We
Good
see y'all
show,
next
fellas.
man. We out, man.
Love
Peace.
talking to you. Good show.
Thank you, fellas.
All right, man. May I enjoy. Peace.
Peace.
You all
Peace.
ready?
Peace.
Wow.
You are now about to witness
Knicks real talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't news on YouTube, frugal with stats as usual facts. It's your man, the brand is hands on, going hard like calluses. Who style this? Aiming at the mental with the game analysis. On a pregame show, with the script, you know we get it like crypto. From the rip though, I cyber decrypted, we locked them from the get go. On this Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like sauce. The KRT drip club leading up to tip off. We fuel by confidence, put your Nick content in beast mode like our charm. We a cheat code, we roll the ball too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Prize Knicks going to the wire. Hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, Korea popped up from the third eye. You heard why? It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your bro to the link that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding in the orange blue sky. In the Metropolitan, we connect in the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms of passion. Fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Nick kid assassin.
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks real talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks real talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks real talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire! He's on fire! He's on fire!